Radical.
Now that is a third print.
It's third print?
It's third print.
No.
But still,
It's the original. Yeah, it is.
I kind of want to. I mean, I'll part with it for 20, but I kind of don't because I started reading it and I was like, man, I love Frank Miller Batman.
Me too. He's like, and I don't get into a lot of Batman. But the ones that I do, you're right.
If you've ever heard him do like sit down, interviews about it, it's really fascinating to hear him talk about his writing style. Have you ever read Ronin?
I'm familiar with it.
Which he did. He did on DC. Frank Miller before Batman.
Okay, I do. I am familiar with Ronin.
That's one of the big. He said that's one of the big reasons they said, "Hey, Frank, do you want to take a crack at Batman?" Is because they love the novel style of Ronin, and in those Ronin books, there wasn't any ads. It was almost like a novel.
That's a good thing, though, that they do that, because it almost is like it's the equivalent of a movie and a television show.
When Frank Miller got that job, he was only 29 when he wrote Return of the Dark Knight.
I did not know that.
Yeah. He was only 20. He was in his 20s to write such a landmark book to be in your 20s.
Yeah, seriously, that's what's so cool about it too, man. You don't realize just like what you're getting out of it.
Because it was for that book. That was the inspiration for the first Batman movie. That was the inspiration for the animated series. Basically, the darker, grittier Batman.
Yeah, I've been going back and reading like the '80s X-Men. And boy, they had such a good flavor that the later X-Men just didn't have.
Exactly.
Very.
Have you ever read any Frank Miller Daredevil?
I've had them.
You've had them?
And I never took the time to read them. I mean, I've been going through so much stuff lately, but I just hate. I never actually took the time for that.
I think he did those before. I think it was at Marvel, maybe before DC, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he did his Daredevil run before the Batman run.
I got to where I love epic comics. If you ever find any epic comics, those are some really wild reads.
Epic?
It's Marvel's equivalent to heavy metal.
Okay.
Very cool. It's just a lot of exotic, weird sci-fi stories that people send in to Marvel. And
Marvel's equivalent. Oh, where'd you get the Mega Man wallet?
Oh!
I just mentioned that place, But a Mega Man wallet, okay. Mega Man wallet, that's...
Sonic one before, but it was all messed up.
Oh, you had a Sonic wallet?
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
Like the old one, too. So definitely Sonic was awesome.
Whenever I get the Sonic wallets, they move fast.
Ah! What's your name again?
I'm Rick, and I seem like I forgot your name. What was your name? Huh?
Matt.
Matt, okay.
That's my wife Tara and my little girl Lil.
Also interesting things here. Look at the Star Wars thermos there. And this Spider-Man cup, this guy seemed he might be interested in, but I don't know if he wants a Spider-Man cup. This is a big Spider-Man fan right here.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, Spider-Man. Me too, man. That's my thing growing up.
Who's your favorite symbiote type? Carnage or Venom? You like Venom? This is a Spangle the Bear type A. Yeah.
I never did understand that thing.
Would Lily like something like that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's not her thing.
It's okay. Well, it's one of those things. It was a product of its time.
Oh, yeah.
It's just what it is. But I remember when it was. Her mom, however, back in the day, she had a room.
A room?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh.
She had she still has the glass case where she put most pricings in there.
They have like the little keychains.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, wear them, man.
You see this? It's a whole bunch of Ninja Turtle cards.
Oh.
Ain't that wicked?
That is.
It's like the movie and then the animated series also.
Oh, you, man.
That's all that I had to collect there.
You're catching up, man.
And I have these trays. You ever seen this? The Super Mario Super Show.
I had those.
Huh?
We had those until they made the big collection of them all.
Oh, for real?
My little girl, that cartoon, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and weirdly enough, the Mega Man cartoon. They stayed on the move all
Now,
week.
Pee-wee's Playhouse, didn't Pee-wee actually have some issues?
No, well,
Didn't he have some issues, or like he went to a movie theater and he
it was after the show was over.
Yeah,
He went to
yeah.
an adult movie theater.
Right.
Caught him there.
someone caught him there.
Yeah, and he got in the news, and suddenly it's this big controversial, like Michael Jackson level escapade.
Was it just him? Was it just him? He was alone.
By
Okay.
himself, he was alone. He had a big beard.
What
barely
movie?
recognizable.
What movie was he watching? An adult movie?
Some adult. I don't know.
Something adult.
That's what it was. But I mean, it's an area for anybody to go to. It's just the fact that he had.
And somebody walked down there in the line, and they heard.
If only,
Yeah.
man. If only we had that audio. That'd
Yeah.
be the best.
Yeah, but that's what I can't do a Pee Wee impersonation.
You nailed it.
But You know, and they just like heard him so happy and whatnot,
Yeah.
and he was angry like, oh,
So,
yeah.
we came up with a fun movie theory the other day.
Movie theater.
Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, what now?
Flight of the Navigator. Remember this movie?
Does that have the guy from Titanic?
No, this is a Disney movie from the 80s.
Oh.
The kid finds the spaceship, and the spaceship's like really clear. It's like
Never,
silver.
never saw that.
So the idea is that Pee Wee Herman voices the voice in the spaceship.
Yes.
So we had this whole idea: Pee Wee Herman's an alien. Go back and watch Tim Burton's version of Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Uh-huh.
And keep in mind he's an alien. Suddenly
Yeah.
that movie makes phenomenal more sense.
If he's an alien.
Keep in mind he's an alien.
You ever see the Tim Burton Batmans?
Yeah, that's great.
The second one was a little bit too risque,
You think
and
so?
they toned it down.
They did.
I think they had
violence.
Penguin biting someone's face, I believe.
Yeah.
Then they had him. There was a lot of stuff in those
I
movies.
think it might have been Ted Raimi who he bid. I could be lying.
That's why they
but I
took it
think
away
was
from him
something like
because they said it made money, but the kids were, it was too dark.
that.
Then they made it all bright with the Riddler, and then they went the other direction, and Batman and Robin all campy, and then that flopped. And we didn't get another one until what? Batman Begins.
Speaking of which, Doctor Strange recently was awesome.
Do what now?
The new Doctor Strange that came out was awesome.
So it's really good.
It's very good. If you like Evil Dead, it's a lot of fun.
Let me see. I'll show you. There was a fan of Doctor Strange, and I don't know if she's here today, but she said she really didn't have any money to get these. But I have. It's not a full collection. I'll show you these Strange cards.
Oh, cool.
These are from the 1990 Marvels, and that's actually the construct Strange. If you remember that Doctor Strange created, and this is more. And this is his team up with Spider-Man from the Spider-Man card series.
I heard that.
And this is probably the most valuable one I got, which is the Marvel Masterpieces. You remember that one?
Dude, in fact, I just recently got the Adam Warlock and Silver Surfer. She got for Father's Day. Actually. It was really cool.
You mean like cards from the series?
Just a couple of the cards. Yeah, I've been so into Adam Warlock. Are you familiar with Adam Warlock?
He is pretty much a cosmic character.
He is.
And doesn't he have a connection to Silver Surfer?
He does.
He does.
has Soul Stone. And what you find out,
Mhm.
and I told my friend this, I was joking, I said at the end of the Warlock book, you find out that you, the reader, are Adam Warlock.
What?
So the idea, and they even frame it like this in a couple pages too.
Yeah.
Like you're reading the comic, and like the page before is like framed in the comic, and like it burns up, and you actually experience the Armageddon.
Interesting.
The whole point of the Soul Stone is that entire reality that is Marvel all exists from that stone that he has to carry.
So he has one of the stones.
The Soul Gem, yep.
And isn't he able to easily beat Thanos because he has
He
that
does,
gem?
because he's counterpart. Thanos is the representative of death. He's a representative of life. However, ironically, he becomes this creature called the Magus, which is basically the perversion of life. So in other words, you die a hero, or live infinitely be a villain.
Well, I know Thanos, since he hooked up with like death, he basically is kind of immortal because if you kill him, doesn't he come back?
Well, he's the embodiment of death.
Yeah. But you can still kill him?
Kind of. But the idea, again, with the Soul Stone, anything that is absorbed by the Soul Stone becomes the Soul Stone.
And-
So it's basically anything that's heavy.
Isn't Deadpool like immortal because he hooked up with death?
Yeah.
And then if she goes to die, she'll bring him back?
Deadpool's basically the mask in terms of like comedic and silly. There's so much it's hard to take serious with that. Warlock, on the other hand, actually does this trick where he realizes that he himself is his own villain that causes destruction of reality.
Really?
So he says, then what choice do I have? To kill myself. Takes the Soul Stone out and realizes that anything outside of that is literally nothing.
Wow.
No heaven, no heaven, there's nothing. And he just freaks him out and he's like, oh my God, there's no choice. You have to be evil at some point in life.
Wow.
And he just becomes this infinite loop immortal thing.
Interesting.
He's a very cool character.
That sounds like something to read.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jim Starlin, who did do
Yeah.
he's the creator, or he's the writer.
He's the writer.
Yeah. Blew my mind, dude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Get a chance to check out Warlock. You'll like it.
I will. Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll see you, man.